episode, baby. A lot of things going on in the college football world. That new game just came out and everybody's on it. OTAs in the NFL, a lot of drama. Day one reactions are coming right here. And now we have women's softball players signing 1-year $1 million deals? What's going on, baby? All that and more right here on Son of a Gun.
Rest in peace to my grandma, yeah, she raised the dawn. Yeah, and shout out to my mom, I'm a son of a gun.
Hey, welcome back to Son of a Gun, man. Super excited to be back here in studio with none other than Big Mike, baby.
Hey. Good to be back. I felt like we were out on, I don't know, summer vacation or something. It's not like when I used to go. I was out from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So it's good to be back.
Yes, sir.
Good to be back.
And it is summer. You might notice a difference in my wardrobe. Usually I've got the sleeves on, but it's hot in ATL. And the boy got another tattoo. Tat it up. But let's get right into it, baby. UCLA introduces their new head coach, Deshaun Foster, at the Big Ten Conference, and he imploded.
We'll begin with your opening statement.
How you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten.
Okay.
We're a school that's won, 123 championships, so this fits us being right in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA.
Says it right
It's
there.
us and USC.
Oh.
We I'm just basically excited, really. That's it. Any questions?
Well, he answered the questions that were asked.
Did you see it?
I did. And so he, yeah. He was excited to be back. He just wanted to, it's the Big Ten.
Yeah, it is.
And, his first road game is going to be at Happy Valley. So, it's not like going across town to USC.
Right. He is UCLA, yep.
And, he's just happy to be back or be there in the Big Ten, right? So, they probably don't know a lot about UCLA football.
He did say that.
But they've had a chance. They've beaten, Ohio State. They beat Michigan, and they played against Wisconsin. But he was just the whole program, excited to be. In the Big Ten. So he's excited about his running back room.
Okay, we get it. You saw it. You saw it. That is exactly what happened. Foster, what are we doing? You were the head coach of a collegiate football team. UCLA, bro. We know that. We know who you play. You're there to motivate me, get me excited about UCLA football. You couldn't motivate me to go in the kitchen and make a sandwich. That was absolutely ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Have a little sense of media training. You know you're going to the press conference. You know you're going to be on the microphone. Why do you not have a speech prepared, set to go?
Because, you know, my first time as a head coach, so I got Eric, my enemy, to lean on.
He is there. I forgot about that.
So, you know, it's the Big Ten, and we just excited. You know, like I said, he's a first-time head coach, so he doesn't have the, you know, maybe he should do some work with Nick Saban or, you know, or Kirby Smart, but yeah.
On my first day on the job, I'm going to be over-prepared. I don't know what you're doing.
You know what? When I watched it, I was eking. It was
Just cringing the whole time.
When it was over, I went back and watched it again, and I could see that he was choosing his words because he didn't want to divulge very much about what's going on in his program to give anybody any kind of sense of what's happening. And I can kind of see, I can kind of go with that. I can see that. I, you know, want to hold those cards close to the vest and, you know, just kind of, you know, and so basically everybody's still wanting, right? They want more. Where he should be, if that's the way he's going to do it, if that's the way he wants to be, the Bill Belichick press conference 101 will tell you how, yes, that did happen, but now, you know, we're on to spring training, or now we're on to training camp. So on the one hand, it hurt. On the other hand, he's just keeping everything so they won't know until the game start. I get it.
Okay, Captain America, trying to find the positives in every situation. Cut it out. It's garbage. They'll be lucky to win 3 games this season. Absolutely ridiculous. If that's my leader going into battle, we're cooked, bro. UCLA on upset alert every single week. I mean, come on, bro. This might be one of the only teams to not win a game. Like, stop it. That was so trash. You got to be better. Your next interview, your next public statements, you got to come out on fire.
See,
Otherwise, this is all people are going to remember.
But this is all they're going to remember. But his players, he's going to be in there in the room motivating them. He's been there. He's been to Super Bowls. He's won MVPs. He's, you know, led the team in records wise for the Panthers, and so he knows. Now he stayed hurt a little bit as a player, but he knows, and so he's going to express that to the players. And I guarantee they're going to come out there and they're going to play hard. I didn't say they were going to win. They're going to come out and play hard for him. And so by the end of the season, we'll look back on this and say, it didn't change.
Well, it's yet to see. We will see what happens during the season. I just hope they do a better job. He does a better job coaching the team than he does giving out opening statements at the Big Ten Conference. They did switch conferences, and 2 other teams changed conferences. 2 powerhouses, Oklahoma and the Longhorns of Texas. Now they're in the SEC with the big dogs, where it just means more.
It means more.
Right? It means more over there with UGA and who else is over there? Vandy. Alabama without Saban. So a lot's to be seen. I'm super excited for it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, they still got to go to these places.
Yeah.
And these, you know, original SEC teams have to go to their place.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a bowl game every week.
Yeah.
For these teams because they don't normally see each other, with the exception of maybe Texas and Texas A&M. So, you know, it's going to be outstanding. And it comes at a pretty good time since the playoff has expanded to 16 teams, 12 teams. So it's expanded. So it leaves room for getting beat up in the conference. and still make the playoffs. Because all you got to do is have a good time at the end. We saw that in basketball. So, but Texas and Oklahoma that is big in the SEC, and that's going to be big in Austin as well as up in Norman. So I even saw some commercials that Oklahoma did, Boomer Sooners. And so they were tipping the cap in the whole nine. It is just, it's so fascinating to see these, I'll call them Western teams, come into the Southeast Conference. Now, I know the commissioner for the SEC seems to think they fit naturally. We'll see. We'll see. I am very excited about this. Let's go.
I'm super excited, too, as a lot of you know, or maybe you don't. I am a Texas Longhorn fan. Huh? They're about to come into the SEC and do damage to these little Bulldogs, these little baby pups up there in Athens, man. They skated through the past couple seasons winning all these championships, but now things are about to change. You ever heard of Texas football?
So
you ever heard of helmets just clapping together over and over and over every Friday night? Where are you at? I'm at the game. Are you crazy?
Right.
Closing down businesses. We're going to the football game.
Right.
That was in high school. What do you think they're doing in college?
The same thing.
Yeah, they're taking the whole weekend off to get out there Thursday night, tailgate, get it right, get it popping. That's what it is. If you're from Texas, you know football. And if you live in Texas, you know football. Right. And these boys are living out there in Austin, and they're about to come to the SEC and flip it on its head. Thank God they expanded the playoff if you're a UGA Bulldog, because you're going to get thrashed around by the Texas Longhorns this season. UGA, welcome to the SEC, baby.
Clearly you hadn't watched Texas play defense.
Hey, you don't have to play defense, baby. Whoever scores the most points. Hey, and yours is looking very decent. Hey, you thought he had a good season last season. Right? Now he's in the SEC, where every football game is a lot of fun. You're playing the best players. Yeah. I think he's going to rise to the occasion. I don't think he's one to crumble underneath the pressure. Yeah. And he's going to step up this year. We also got that running back, too. Hey, cut it out, man.
Yeah. You know what? The SEC plays defense. That's why a lot of people feel like Oklahoma might be a better team than Texas in the SEC.
Is that how you feel?
Me?
Yes.
No, I would never.
Okay.
Not the Sooners over the Longhorns. What I'm saying is, UCLA and the Longhorns might be close.
Did you just say UCLA and the Texas Longhorns might be close?
In record. This inaugural season. Because the SEC plays defense. Unless, of course, they happen to get, I don't know, Vandy and
Missouri.
in Arkansas,
Kentucky.
Yeah, okay, so you said it. And South Carolina. So if they get those teams, they can probably squeak out those 4 or 5 wins. But the rest of the conference plays defense.
So you don't see them beating UGA or Alabama this season?
Alabama, that's going to be a game that the Longhorns will not be afraid of going in, especially without Nick Saban. I expect them to show up very well against Alabama. I don't give them, all my money. I'm just going to empty my wallet when they have to play Georgia.
You're going to put all your money on UGA. That's how you feel?
When they play Texas.
Who's your favorite team in college football?
Right now, I got to pull for the Bulldogs.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Who is your favorite team in college football?
It was the Longhorns.
It was until what happened?
Until I moved to the SEC, right?
Oh, until UGA scored won a few championships. Bandwagon McGee right here. Here it is in the flesh. We've seen it before. We'll see it again.
So it's all about the region. And right now, right here, with Texas coming to town, hey, man, it just means more.
We'll see what happens. Oklahoma did move out of the what
Big 12.
Big 12. Who's in the Big 12? Texas Tech.
Yep. Texas Tech still in there.
And what did they do? They made a big money purchase, baby.
Steal.
Hey, USA Softball
Steal.
Collegiate Player of the Year, Najari Kennedy.
Right.
She's leaving Stanford out there in the sunny palm trees,
Wow.
going out there to hot Texas, baby. Why? Because they said, you'll come over here for 1 year, we'll give you $1 million.
Bags packed.
Whoa.
Bags packed.
Whoa, a softball player in college on a 1 year, $1 million deal? This is easily record breaking. I think the most before that was 175 bands.
Right.
She's almost making 10 times that in one season.
Right.
Wow, congratulations. Hard
Right.
work pays off.
Right. This is the player of the year.
Yep.
Right.
Whew.
So just like everyone is turning out for WNBA, up there in Lubbock, they're going to turn out to watch some softball.
Hey, and if the $1 million wasn't enough, she said, hey, as long as I don't got to play the Oklahoma girls out there, because, hey, they're built very differently.
Right, right.
And so now that they're out of the conference, she feels comfortable coming in there. They'll play a few backyard games, but none in conference. They'll probably see him in the postseason. But,
Right.
wow, $1 million 1 year. Congratulations.
Yep. Way to go. Way to go. And smart to stay away from those guys up in Oklahoma because they're, they got something else going on up there.
We'll be right back. Jesus Christ. Every time with that. You can't say that stuff.
I don't understand why people in America are having a hard time swallowing the fact that she wasn't good enough to make the team.
Why is Caitlin Clark not wearing a USA jersey right now?
Part of the selection committee, we know what we have with these. We know what we're going to do. We know what we have done. Let's go with what we know.
And when has doing what we know ever pushed anything in America? As soon as she gets drafted, these girls are shipping champagne, taking private flights. Jersey sales are up 400%.
Correct.
All these games are getting sold out.
If she's not one of the best players in the WNBA and I'm on the selection committee, I don't want her on the team either. I don't care about her selling anything. I'm trying to win a gold ring. I don't understand why people in America are having a hard time swallowing the fact that she wasn't good enough to make the team. That's why her ass is in Indiana and not in Paris.
It's that time of year again. You're getting those fantasy football invites in your email inbox.
Hey, how did you do last year in fantasy football?
Yeah, buddy. If you want to go on my YouTube page, you'll see a video that I made. I posted because what did I do? I won my league. Am I the best player in that league? You betcha. Did I have the best team? Not even close. Did I have the best players? Nope. I just managed my team like a winner does, like a champion does. That's what Coach, where is it? That's what Coach P, Coach Primo Phi, that's what I do. Okay, I coach fantasy teams.
Weren't we in the same league that I won?
And NFL OTAs have started. And, and everything, day one reactions, we're just going to explode, say the craziest stuff. We saw some things. We gotta, give our reactions.
Right.
Number one, we start off in Kansas City.
Let's go intern.
Yep, we start off in Kansas City. Kadarius Toney catches a pass, linebacker comes over, boom, hits him. They're only in shells, knocks him on his butt. He throws the football at him. Who was the first guy to step up and have his back?
Travis Kelce.
Incredible.
Travis Kelce said, okay, y'all might think I'm soft because I'm hanging out with Taylor, but he swiftly got over there and got into the scuffle. And so, hey, this is a new eras tour. Let's get it.
Hey, as a fan of football, I like it. Kadarius Toney had one of the roughest seasons last season, and to see one of the best players on the team step up and have his back, that might be the motivation, the booster that he needs to maybe turn his skill set of not having hands, turn that around this season for him because they need that deep threat.
He needed to and also bring him some Gorilla Glue.
Sure did. Speaking of Gorilla Glue, Trevor Lawrence. Last season, what did he have? He had a fumbling problem, didn't he?
Yeah,
and then, of course, now a new video drops on Twitter. Hey, put that up, intern.
Yeah.
Video drops on Twitter, man. Just a simple little warm-up drill. Just hold on to the ball, and what happens? Gets punched out. Oh, my God. Gets punched out.
On a fumbling drill.
On a fumbling drill. On the drill.
And did he just sign a contract extension?
He did just sign a big one for not winning anything. He did sign a big. They're just giving money out in the NFL now. It's absolutely insane. But not only did he fumble, but then Mac Jones has a turn in the drill. right? Fresh face out there in Jacksonville. And he must have done something because this coach is just beating him up. What is going on?
Nobody likes Mac Jones.
What did he do? He didn't do anything. I feel like he's a nice guy.
Really?
And maybe that's his problem. He's
That's
too
it.
nice. You got to start fighting, buddy. Otherwise, you're going to get picked on. If a coach is picking on you and you're a grown man, yikes, buddy. Your time in Jacksonville won't be very long. Back to Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes. Probably the greatest quarterback that I've seen recently. Right? Yeah. Let's not get crazy. Tom Brady's still the GOAT. But one of the best players in the NFL since he's been in it.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And what are these idiots?
Just win, baby.
What do these idiots out in Oakland do? They get a puppet, a Kermit the Frog puppet, put a little afro on it, put a Kansas City jersey on it, and impersonate Patrick Mahomes.
Poking the bear. Poking the bear.
I mean,
and they got to see him twice.
How stupid can we be? They legitimately right now, I have the Carolina Panthers being the only worse team than the Oakland Raiders in the NFL. And they're going to poke the best player? What are we doing? And you got to see him twice?
You got to see him twice.
On day one OTAs.
Day one.
You just showed up. You don't even know what kind of team you got. And your first instinct, let's wake up the best player in the league. Absolutely stupid, bro. What are these
Right. Hey, they don't even know if they're going to be on the team. And so,
absolutely ridiculous.
Day one. Day one.
I hope they might not win 3 games this season. They're going to be the UCLA of the NFL, man. Absolutely ridiculous. But
they're not alone.
They are not.
So,
guys signed contracts. Guys signed big contracts. Mm-hmm. The biggest contract signed for a fresh face. Caleb Williams.
1-1.
The 1-1. On paper, not in my book. But he signs $39.4 million over 4 years. Fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed. And then they spruced up the deal a little bit. They said, hey, if you put your name on that line right there, we'll give you 25 more. Right. Fully guaranteed. For someone who has not even touched an NFL football field yet.
It's 1-1, baby. Expectations.
You think he's going to save the Chicago Bears, bring them back to who they used to be, a powerhouse in the NFL? Or are they going to keep doing what they've been doing since I've been alive?
No, they're going to keep doing what they've been doing.
Okay. So he's not going to change anything.
No.
So he's going to Justin Fields it 2 years, and then he's out of there?
Yep.
Over to Pittsburgh?
Over to Pittsburgh.
Over to Pittsburgh. Guaranteed.
So, yep. Yeah.
Over there in Minnesota, they signed a guy in the first round.
How about that?
J.J. McCarthy.
Right.
Coming off of a national championship in college.
Right.
They signed him 4 years, $22 million, fully guaranteed. And they said, hey, you put your name on that dotted line, we'll give you 12.7 more.
So would he be making that if the playoff committee in college football would have done the right thing and had Georgia up in the playoffs?
We could be doing what ifs. But listen, they won the championship.
They did, but they didn't have.
He was the starting quarterback.
They didn't have to play Georgia.
They won the national championship, which means they're the best team in college.
No, it just means they won a game. Plus, they played against Washington. Should they have been there? You saw the game. Okay, you saw the first half. Should they have been there?
He did what he had to do, and now he got paid.
Okay.
My question is,
all right,
what is going on with giving these guys fully guaranteed money? This is contracts. The NFL. Yep. Anything could happen. One bad hit,
right,
and that could change a lot of things for you.
Right.
Why are these teams fully guaranteeing these guys who have never even played yet?
And I think the players are coming in, their agents, asking for that.
Okay, and an NFL team would say no. Why are they getting fully guaranteed?
Yeah. New trend. It makes no sense to me at all. They've done nothing to justify it for me. I can see the 39 million. I can see the 22 million. I don't see the guarantee, 100% guaranteed. Anything more than 50, 60% guaranteed, hawk to it.
Whoa! Whoa! My boy's been on Twitter. Where did that come from?
Hey.
That's crazy. You have blown my mind. Wow. Wow. Hey, she's taking over. No talent, and she's taking over.
None.
Absolutely incredible. I've seen her at shows. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Crazy.
All she did was a little street interview on TikTok. And for 4 seconds, she said something that blew a lot of people's minds. And now she's famous, getting escorted through crowds and stuff at concerts and shows and UFC fights. Absolutely insane.
Especially since it wasn't anything new. That's not being done by, half the population of the world anyway. So, wow.
She just verbalized it.
I guess that's what it is.
It is absolutely incredible. Now we're going to jump back a little bit.
Speaking of incredible.
Yeah, we're going to jump backwards a little bit. Right? Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my goodness.
Missed a few days of the mini camp.
But I heard he was just out on a trip or whatever.
No.
Scheduling got messed up.
Yeah, it was a trip, and it was a bad one. Turns out the buddy was on drugs. He got a bad batch of drugs, and he was tweaking. So he couldn't come to the field. What are we doing, A-Rod?
Well, you know what? He's probably going to tell us he was protecting that Achilles.
Hey, he could have been back 2 weeks after he tore it. I don't want to hear none of that. We're tweaking on a bad batch of drugs? What are we doing? Hey, buddy. Are you an addict?
Well,
This is how it starts.
right.
Yikes. Absolutely insane. But they say the Jets are going to be one of the best teams in the NFL this year.
With or without him.
You think they are?
With or without. Because they have a really good defense. And now they've put in some skilled players at these other positions. Just get them the ball. And their backup quarterback is no slouch, right? So
I don't even know who it is.
Tyrod Taylor's the backup. And so he can get in there. He can get it done. He's still kind of going high off of that win over Philadelphia back in January. So he can get in there and take place. Aaron Rodgers will probably last more than 4 plays. But even if he doesn't, Tyrod Taylor can dish the ball to those skilled receivers, Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson and my man from San Diego, and they're off and running. Jets is going to be a squad to watch over there. Miami, Buffalo, pay attention.
You don't like Tua? You don't like hot Tua? Tug of war?
That's going to be his nickname.
100%. Oh, my gosh.
Let him throw a pick 6.
Hey.
There we go. Hot Tua, y'all.
Oh, that is funny. Hey, a lot of stuff going on in OTAs, but a lot of stuff going on in Dallas.
How about that?
Hey, we'll be right back. LeBron James is still the best player in the NBA at age 40. USA basketball, the best team in the world, struggling against South Sudan, but they had a savior. Who was it? They struggled against Germany, but they had a savior. Who was it? Legault. I mean, the man is 40 years old, and he's by far the best player on the best team in the world right now. They asked the players, who do you think is the best player on the team? And 5 players out of the 15 players on the team said that LeBron is the best player on our team, the king. But it's showing me something I didn't know, and I was maybe too blind to see. LeBron James is still the best player in the NBA at age 40.
He's not even the best player in California. And let's just be clear, they haven't even played one Olympic game yet. They played those little exhibition games against the little secondhand private Catholic schools with words written across their chest.
Not only does the team think he's the best player, all of America does.
Not all of America.
Yep, I guess you do live here. Everyone else besides you. Huh? You see it.
We them boys.
Hey, it's a new season. OTAs have started. Boys are back in blue, man, out there at the Star. Looking decent. But somebody's not there. CeeDee Lamb, prima donna himself.
Yep.
After he goes crazy last year, best wide receiver in the NFL. He don't want to show up to practice because he wants more moolah.
Sure.
Money talks. Should he be there?
He really should be there. I mean, he still has a contract, and sure, he wants more money. But I think sometimes you have to show up in order to show out. And so he's trying to get up there in the Justin Jefferson area. So and he should be there. You need to come on back, right? Because your window is closing. So you need to just kind of get in here and get with it.
His window is closing?
No, the Cowboys' window is closing.
Oh, I was about to say. I don't think his window's closing at all. I can't see them paying Dak Prescott again like they did. I think they're getting rid of Prescott after the season and signing CeeDee.
Okay.
It's kind of like what the Vikings did. They got rid of Kirk Cousins.
Sure.
And then they signed Jefferson to a big deal.
Sure.
I think
Sure.
Jerry Jones is taking a page out of the Minnesota Vikings book.
Sure.
And that's what they're going to do. But Dak has been looking good after day one of OTAs. He's dropping balls in there, pretty spiral.
Right. Nice and tight.
Hey, yo, are we excited?
Very much so. Very much so. Real excited for this.
Cautiously, though.
Well, always, right? But the season hasn't started, so I'm up here right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm way up here. So and you know, I know CD's coming back, right? So I know he's going to be a weapon. He's going to be back there.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to it. He'll be there.
Hey, would you say Super Bowl or bust?
Yes.
Dak, wake it up.
Let's go.
That's what we expect out of you.
That's
You
what
can
we
look good in
expect.
OTAs, look good in every regular season game.
That's right.
Hey, it starts today, baby. Go get it this season. I'm tired of seeing it. You already know what I'm talking about. I don't want to bring any negativity to the Star before playoffs. But, hey.
Put them on your shoulders and carry them. Let's go.
Carry the squad. Go get that contract. Go get it. Go earn it. Someone's back, baby. His name's Ezekiel Elliott, and he's going to eat.
Nom, 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 nom.
What do we got for
Let's
him?
go.
How do you think he's going to do this season? Now, my expectations are not as high as they are for Dak or the Dallas Cowboys as a team, but I think he is going to come in and produce and be the workhorse for the Dallas Cowboys this season.
So what kind of numbers you thinking? 900?
900, 950, 8 tugs.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, I like it. I'm excited that he's back. The dynamic is still in play. So you know, CD gets back on the field. We got the big three again. Last time we had the big three.
A lot of points put up on that board, baby.
And a lot of rings went home.
A lot of rings. Yes, sir. The original 88 out there.
That's right.
And I'm really hoping this offense does well because they have someone in the backfield that is one of my favorite players. His name's Deuce. Little short guy.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Darren Sproles, man.
Yeah.
I want to see him get a lot of work in this year, so I'm hoping they go up big. He can show what he's going to do, and then maybe he can be that second guy like Tony Pollard was right behind Zeke on third down. You know what I mean? Get slippery on the outside.
Right.
That sounded crazy. Deron Bland.
Hey.
Set a record last year for interceptions. Or what was it?
Pick six.
Pick sixes.
Pick six.
Right? He was in the first, 6 games. He had like 35 of them.
Yeah.
Just couldn't stop, right? And it's so interesting because why was he playing so much?
Right.
I'm asking you.
He was playing because Trevon Diggs was hurt.
Trayvon Diggs was hurt. That's like when you're in high school, you're on varsity, you're blowing that team out, so you let the freshman go ahead. Right. Yeah, go ahead and get a rep or two, and then he scores 6 touchdowns right in front of you, and then you lose your spot. Trayvon Diggs, where you at, bro? You tore your ACL almost a year ago, dude. Adrian Peterson tore his ACL. He was back in 9 months, and then he almost set a record for rushing yards in a season, bro. What are we talking about? Won MVP. Bro, wake it up. Deron Bland is really about to take your position. You're out here fooling around with Future's baby mom and what's the Bow Wow's baby mom having a kid. Now y'all breaking up all over the internet. You're always on the internet for stuff besides football.
Right.
Get back on the field, bro.
Well, he's got to change a few more diapers. He'll be back, though. He will be back. And I tell you what, that's going to have to look pretty imposing to some of the opposing quarterbacks to come out there and have to look at Trayvon Diggs on one side and Deron Bland on the other side. Where are you going to throw the ball?
And then you got Micah Parsons running straight down the gut, about to take your head off.
What are you going to do?
Good
Let's
luck,
go.
man.
Let's go.
Good luck.
So that's why my expectations up here.
For sure. Now, we know injuries are a thing in football, right? Guys can get hurt. Dak
Absolutely.
Prescott's been hurt before.
Right.
Cooper Rush has come in
Right.
and won a few, 5 games in or four
Yeah,
and 1?
yeah.
5-1, something like that, came in, did his job. But now he's fighting for the backup position with Trey Lance, who
Right.
was a, top 3 pick over there in San Francisco, and then something happened. Now he's over here in Dallas. How did he look day one?
Well, day one, good thing it was just day one. So we can move on to day two. I tell you what, just looking at some of the throws he was making on day one, if he was on a cruise ship in the Atlantic, he couldn't throw it in the ocean. But hopefully that's just rust from, probably been down to the beach or something, or back in San Francisco. But either way, he's going to get that rust knocked off, and he'll be back. I'm looking forward to him having a good training camp as we move on into the season.
What's that old positivity saying people always say? It's only up from here.
Right.
Hey, good luck, buddy, because Jerry Jones does not take yeah, he'll get rid of you real quick.
But it's interesting that you say that, because earlier you mentioned, signing CD so they're going to let Dak walk. And I can see them doing that if Trey Lance is going to be able to do on the field what he does in the quarterback room. Now, according to Coach Mike McCarthy, Trey Lance says he's got it. He's got it. He understands everything he's looking at, the playbook. He understands it translating on the field. He just has to go and execute. Yeah, there's that.
And we'll see about it, man. Right. Dallas Cowboys 2024-2025
Let's
season.
go!
Right around the corner, man. We're expecting big things. Playoffs are a given.
Right.
Super Bowl's an expectation.
Right. And let me just throw this out there to everybody. So this is an invitation, intern. This is an invitation because them boys coming to the A early November. You know where we'll be. You'll find us.
Right around birthday time. It's going to be a good birthday gift for us. Watching him knock down Kirk Cousins, getting to see Michael Penix come in there at garbage time after we're up 30. We'll see what he's about, and we're going to take that dub right out of what's that stadium called that they got?
The Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
It's going to turn into AT&T Stadium
Right.
by the time we're done in there.
Come holla at us.
Book it!
Hey, we're good to be back. We got one in the chamber. Hey, let me ask you. The Olympics have started now.
They have.
Would it be a bigger disappointment if the men's basketball team doesn't bring gold, or if the women's track team with Sha'Carri don't bring home the gold?
That's so tough.
Who's the bigger disappointment?
The bigger disappointment in my eyes, this is just me, it's got to be the USA men's basketball team. They have unbelievable talent on that team. They got LeBron James, who is the best player to ever play. They got KD, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, who's going to be the face of the league in a few years. Anthony Davis, who's looking very good. Jason Tatum. I mean, they have all the big names. They have the best players from the NBA playing on this team. They should dominate these guys. I mean, when you look at who they play in these exhibition games, yeah, a few of them have been close. Once they get that gel together and the show is really, the lights are bright, I think they have to win. If LeBron, if LeGoat does not bring back gold, I will be so disappointed in him. It will almost ruin his legacy, not getting gold in the Olympics multiple times out throughout his career. It really will have a devastating effect on his legacy as a basketball player. Now, track. People are fast now, right? And I don't think that USA I think they definitely will win. They should win, but it's still a race. You still got to run it, and it's one race. and that's the end of it. It's not like basketball games, a tournament. Hey, it's one race. They could end up losing a race, and I think that there's just so much more out there that it wouldn't be as big of a disappointment. Now, should they win? They're USA. We shouldn't lose at anything. Simone Biles has got gymnastics locked up. That's solidified. Basketball should be solidified. The track? So I'm saying bigger upset would be men's basketball. If LeBron loses and he doesn't get a gold in Paris, it's going to be devastating for him.
So for him, bringing home the silver is they need to have a matching set. Kobe's are all gold, but Michael Jordan's are all gold, but LeBron would have the matching set. Nice. Okay. So that's your bigger disappointment. Hey, so I'm grabbing my pen because we just had ourselves some fun. I am Big Daddy, and he's
son of a gun.
Now, he feels like LeBron is whatever. He's smoking mushrooms. So I'm going to shoot all that crap down, and I'm still bringing the boom.
Let the band play.
Rest in peace to my grandma, yeah, she raised the dawn. Yeah, and shout out to my mom, I'm a son of a gun.